Hi there, my name is Heinrich and I am the owner of a personal training business called Liquidsteelbiomechanics, and I thought I'll pop on and do a little bit of an introduction, but also kind of give you a bit of a background of who I am, why I'm deciding to do this YouTube channel, who we work with, who we specialize working with, and so that you have a little bit of a background information before I start posting a little bit more regularly on this channel. So I've been in the fitness industry, working in the fitness industry for around about 20 years. I'm known as an exercise and recovery specialist, so I do a lot of work with generally over 55-year-olds and quite a lot of people that struggle with various degrees of pain, movement limitations, general stiffness, all kinds of different stuff, right? So pretty much anyone from all walks of life. So my history, I've started training when I was about 16, 17, started focusing like many young men, doing a lot of heavy weight training, bodybuilding type of stuff, exercises very much in isolation, which was great when I was younger. But as I started getting older, I'm 43 now, as I got a little bit older, I started struggling with many things that a lot of my clients struggle with and people that come and see us, that they struggle with as well, right? So started struggling with back pain, knee pain, ankle pain, bouts of plantar fasciitis, shoulder niggles, neck tension, all these kind of areas of my body that really started causing me a lot of issues, right? I really started struggling with various ranges of motion to get my body into different positions. If I had to bend over and pick something up off the floor, kind of like a degree of chronic lower back pain that just never really wanted to go away. And that's really where I started asking the question why this is happening to my body and where does all of these kind of quote unquote problems come from. And that's really where I started diving deeper into trying to understand movement limitations more and really kind of specializing a bit more in pain. This is now around about like 5 to 8 years ago. And really spent a lot of time working with a variety of different people struggling with various type of different degrees of pain, right? So for me, what's become very evident in the social media realm is I've always found that people become very popular when you're lean and you look great, you carry a lot of muscle, you're very fit, you can do all these variety of fancy progressed high performance exercises, and which is great, don't get me wrong, it's great, each to their own. But then if we had to look at an age bracket from anything from about my age, 43, 45, 50, 55, and especially from 55 and over, 65, 70, 80, there's really just a very big gap of quality information for people that they can follow to learn how to exercise really well, what sort of things to do, what not to do, exercise execution, should you follow the basics, should you do the basics, and how well should you do them, and should you focus on form or should you not? There's a lot of ego lifting involved in any kind of degree of exercise methodology. That's, you know, sometimes you look at it and you don't really know if you're supposed to follow that methodology because it looks like people kind of know what they're supposed to be doing, but they're kind of not. So there's just really a big gap for me personally that I find that there's just not really a lot of exercise options for people over 55, right? And again, like I say, when I say over 55, I don't mean 60. I mean over 55, from 55 to 65, 65 to 75, 75 to 85 to 90, right? What's most popular, it seems, at the moment is more things like yoga, Pilates, chair yoga. A lot of people really do these days know that they're supposed to be doing some degree of strength training. But again, you know, what are the options, right? There's a degree of strength training in CrossFit and powerlifting, in bodybuilding, you know, but again, people over 55 really have mental clarity around knowing, okay, well, that looks a bit dangerous. I don't really know if I want to do that if there's a very high risk of me getting injured, because if I get injured, then chances are I'm not going to recover very well. And then what am I going to do next? Where do I go from there, right? So these are the type of questions that the client base that we work with generally ask. And again, you can understand why, right? Because there's just really not that many options. So then a lot of people would maybe start with some gym journey and start lifting some degree of weights, kind of, I don't want to call it bodybuilding, but just a weight training routine in the gym. They get injured, and then they decide, look, this is not for me. I got injured, so obviously, maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know, but I don't really like it because I got injured. And then they leave the gym, which is not really what we want, right? So to try not to go on for too long, what my plan for this channel is to give you a little bit more ideas around what sort of exercise routines would be beneficial, what sort of exercises specifically geared towards your age group will be very useful. And it's just going to really give you the tools to understand your body more, why you move the way that you do. And then if you are going to go into a gym or even doing exercises at home, how to perform those exercises. What's very important to look for when you perform those exercises as it relates to somebody that's over 55. If you feel a degree of pain, why that pain might be there, how to adjust your positions oftentimes makes a difference. Sometimes you might just have to change a degree of pressure in your feet, or you might have to just mobilize a certain part of your area to make that exercise feel better, whatever the case may be, right? That is really the goal for me for this channel, is to give you those tools. And kind of every week where I post something and we run through a few exercises, try and just give you a little bit better idea and give you confidence that there are many things that you can do, but you just need to take a little bit more awareness, or you just need to create a bit more awareness, body awareness, when you follow some type of exercise routine, right? So I hope all of that makes sense. Hopefully I haven't been babbling on for too long, and hope all of that makes sense. But you will see as we go along with this channel, and the exercises we put together, I really hope that you'll find a lot of benefit out of it, especially, again, like I said, if you are over 55, between 55 and about 85, 90, I really do believe that the things that I'll post is really going to be helpful. And I encourage you to comment, ask me questions. If you want to ask questions, it'll be great to discuss with people how they feel about the things that I've posted. And we just really get this ball rolling and see how far we can go. All right. Again, I look forward to posting some more things. I'll get this started as soon as I can. So now that you know who I am, like I said, hopefully whatever we post is going to be useful to you and get you started or get you to continue on your fitness journey.